Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have ourselves a 1v1 on Einhoven Country.
Rear echelon troops on the front line.
Our heroes today are going to be Mr. PanzerGrenadierAngreifen, playing as the OKW in the red. And his opponent in the yellow is going to be Sunny Deol, playing as the US forces. Wasn't able to cast many games that I perhaps would have wanted to, because we got a hotfix today. So on the short notice, this is the game that I found. But regardless, it's nothing against the players. It's just I had found a really good game, but whatever. Anyways, so we got Angreifen getting himself Volksgrenadiers and a second Volksgrenadier squad. The Storm Pioneers, they get a bit of a buff, if I'm not mistaken. Wow, I should actually start looking all these things up before I even start casting. I just start talking about things that I believe may have happened, but not exactly sure if they had happened, which is pretty bad in my opinion, but I'm pretty bad in my opinion, so whatever. Not a lot going on right now. We're going to have a lot of capping and stuff, so I mean, I suppose this is kind of the best opportunity to potentially look up things while these rear echelons are just capping all over the right hand side. Here it is. And there it is. Okay. So OKW, the Stone Pioneers, they reinforced cost got reduced and reinforced time reduced by 20%. Really? That's all? Wow, I was expecting something else. So anyways, we got the Volksgrens, 3 in total now for Mr. Angreifen. Angreifen laying down some sandbags as he captures the center victory point. Pretty standard, pretty good. It's a nice position as well because the sandbags are very not very usable for Sunny Deol. The point itself kind of blocks a lot of units from being able to use it from the other side. But anyways, the rifle's still potent, still strong, able to inflict a lot of damage on the Volksgrenadiers. Volksgrenadier squad down to 1 man, forced to retreat. The rifle squad down to 1 man as the Storm Pioneers inflict a lot of damage, forcing the retreat of both of them. Rifle squad down to 2 men, and Angreifen winning that engagement in the center as a Volksgrenadier squad stays alive at 5 men. Actually, not taking even, well, a little bit amount of damage. You can see there on the health bar, but everything else is just bam. Then we see a very aggressive move by Angreifen going with the battle group headquarters up in the center of the map, very close to that center victory point. We'll see if he decides to go for the retreat spot, but at least having it there will allow him to reinforce very quickly and keep his troops alive a lot more often. Doesn't even need to reinforce on the base, could just send them out into the field. But since it's not currently completely built, I suppose it's a safer method to just reinforce back at base. Rear echelon squad will be spotting the battle group headquarters, so Sunny Deol now knows about it. Left hand side, Volksgrenadiers against rear echelon. The rear echelon will lose that engagement. And they're both in heavy cover, so it's going to take a little while. Volksgrenadier squad retreating from the north as rifles continue to pull out. We have 3 rifles on the field for Deol. We have 2 rear echelons, which is an interesting opening. Again, not bad in any way whatsoever, but you know, it's interesting to see a second rear echelon. The rear echelon squad probably going to be popping itself inside that manor house, or whatever you want to call it. We'll be able to delay and harass the troops here on top of the battle group headquarters. Battle group headquarters is building itself. Ooh, the retreat spot. Very interesting. You don't see that being popped very early, at least not in the highest, the higher levels of play, I suppose. Oh! The Storm Pioneer squad getting a nasty grenade going off on it by Sunny Deol. Sunny Deol, very aggressive, very nice. And the Volksgrenadier squads are forced to back off. They are still able to reinforce on the fly, but the rifles will manhandle them as they move along. They're not even in some light cover. Grenade does go off. Oh, nice grenade! Oh, ends up hitting itself with its own grenade. Volksgrenadier squad forced to retreat down to 2 men. May be able to get killed off here by Sunny Deol. Can he pick it up? Yes, he does. And down goes the Volksgrenadier squad for Angreifen, losing a lot of his power on the field right now. The point itself does get upgraded. It does need to be Damn it, I forgot to put myself offline. Sorry, my bad. Let me do that. Yeah, fine, there you go. Sorry about that. So yeah, losing a lot of his power on the field. He is able to reinforce on the fly if he wanted to here from the battle group headquarters, but he's just taking a lot of damage. Sunny Deol punishing him for that aggressive move of the battle group headquarters. He needs to take possession of this house, really, if he wants to be able to push back. The Storm Pioneers are now back on the field, however, and his reinforcements are going. He's going to be spending most of his manpower right now in reinforcing his troops, so he will win the engagement because of that defender's advantage. But it cost him severely. We see Sunny Deol now going for Mr. Captain. Captain now on the field, getting himself a steward as well. The Captain can do a lot of damage if it pops itself inside this house. Could even potentially take out the battle group headquarters. So Angreifen, I mean, it's a very, how should we say, very,
A capture point is being overrun.
damn, I'm lost for words. I'm trying to say, like, it's a very fragile, I suppose, strategy. It's very strong if it works out, but like losing that Volksgrenadier squad and getting caught there, and if he loses the battle group headquarters, that's pretty much game. If he loses it early on, at least. Storm Pioneer squad trying to catch a center victory point. The captain almost breaking the sandbags there. We do see doctrine selection for both players. We have the Fortifications doctrine for Mr. Angreifen, and we have Sunny Deol going for the Airborne company. Nothing being utilized from the Airborne company just yet, but we'll see. Bazookas are flying, getting some shots there on... Oh, nasty grenade on the MG-34. MG-34 down to a one-man sliver of health. Manages to reinforce without getting lost, so at least it will be able to hold off. The supply truck is out on the field. Could potentially just push and get itself killed. The Storm Pioneer squad managing to pop inside the house, doing a lot of damage to the rifle squad, forcing the retreat of both squads. But we now have the steward on the field, and the only thing that can fight it is a Shrek on a Volksgrenadier squad. The Shrek is over on the left-hand side, currently retreating back to the base, but the steward just retreats, pushes back, as it notices that it's not going to be able to do too much damage too quickly, and it just needs to back off. Whew. So, big engagements here in the center because of that building. Needs to get a little bit of repairs going if it wants to stay alive. MG-34 and the Storm Pios trying to capture the center point. Volksgrenadiers with Treks pushing up, but the steward is punishing them as they try to close the distance. Gonna need another Shrek on this guy, but we don't have the munitions just yet. And the truck is on the left-hand side, it's just sitting there for now. MG-34 proving to not be very good. Managing to suppress the rifle squad only after a third burst goes off. Smoke grenades goes off on the MG-34, forcing it to pack up and retreat as it does not have line of sight on the rifles, and the rifles break the suppression. Grenade does go off on top of them. They decide to retreat instead of trying to dodge it. Seems like it would have done too much damage to them. Captain and rifles with bars now on the field. How many bars does he have? He has double bars on it, so that's a lot of firepower on that rifle squad. Anti-infantry, at least. Volksgrenadiers getting a nice Shrek going off on that steward. We need that second Volksgrenadier with Shreks desperately if they want to take it out. Steward and Captain will be throwing barrages off at the HQ. Grenade going off inside the house. The Volksgrenadiers managing to inflict a decent amount of damage on the steward. But, oh, they take a nasty hit as they pile into the house. Oh, did they die? Wow, the entire squad ended up dying. Lost the squad of Volks. Did it? Wait. Yeah, they did. Wow. The entire squad gets lost. They even dropped the Shrek. Well, yeah, probably would have done that. But we do still have the Storm Pios and the MG-34 managing to push the infantry back and forcing the retreat of the rifles and the captain. Left-hand side, Volksgrenadier squad engaging against the rifles. Grenade goes off, forcing the retreat as well. And Sunny Deol punishing Angreifen severely here because of his center position and also inflicting a lot of damage with those grenades. That grenade over here was critical. That Shrek is still on the field. Hopefully Angreifen realizes that and can just move his Volksgren squad to get it. But normally you don't see the angle being changed too much, and this angle doesn't give him too much to look at. So yeah, we'll see. Left-hand side, rifle squad retreating as the Storm Piles are doing most of the damage here against the infantry. They've gotten veterancy 2 so far. doing rather well, and we see a rocket and warfare getting built. Nothing additional from tier 1.
Enemy forces have 300 points. Grab your shit and follow me.
And it looks like the half-track died at some point. Is it this one over here? Is that the wreckage, maybe? Maybe. Don't think Angreifen was planning on doing anything with it regardless, but still. Steward back on the field, back to harass the battle group headquarters. Angreifen, yeah, he's not aware that that Shrek is still there. And something tells me that nobody's actually aware of it. Nobody's going to try and pick it up. Volk's trying to chase down a rear echelon squad. Kind of going for the bait there, but we do see the storm pilots popping into the house, forcing away the captain. And on the right-hand side, the rocket and warfare getting some shots going on the steward, managing to force it to back off. Storm Pioneers still have it in range. Well, not in range, but in view range, I suppose. And the rocket and warfare trying to move up to catch it.
Grenadiers ready.
Yep, Shrek's still there. Yeah, something tells me it's just not going to get picked up. And I promise, guys, I'll try to read those patch notes again, familiarize myself with everything that has changed, so that I can stop just wondering about stuff and just saying. I'll get a lot of time. It's actually a pretty late cast today, and gotta do it quickly. Anyways, Volkswagen's on the left-hand side, running into bars and rifles, and, well, they're just gonna die if they don't retreat now. They're gonna get caught behind, or away from its retreat path. Gonna have to run the gauntlet. Right-hand side, we see the rocket and warfare taking some shots at whatever it can. Volksgrenadiers with Shreks once again. Volksgrenadiers on the left-hand side retreating. They're gonna have to retreat through the bars, but it looks like they're gonna be fine because of that. And yeah, we still have that Trek there. Volksgrenadiers back at the battle group headquarters. We see grenades flying into the house. The rocket and warfare needs to evacuate. It does. Manages to stave off the damage. It could potentially pop itself back in. Kind of needs to, otherwise the rifles are going to be there and be very, very aggressive. Oh, well, there goes the rifles. Rifle squad going to be popping inside the house. Managing to deny the house here to Angreifen. Angreifen probably going to grenade. Well, he has enough for one, but those bars are just going to do so much damage. Steward on the right-hand side, getting a lot of damage going on the infantry. We see Shreks and rocket and warfare trying to hurt it. And then we also see the MG-34 getting lost on the right-hand side. Probably to the steward, not really important to see it there. The grenade goes off into the house, doing some damage as the rifles pop out, pop back in, and we see double Volksgrenadier squads popping into the house to make sure that they're denying it to their opponent. Grenade flies into the house, the Volksgrenadier squad exits, and the grenade pops without doing too much damage. Storm Pilots doing a lot of work here at close range. We do have a Pathfinder squad as well. Pathfinder squad trying to move away, but I mean, if they want to cloak, they have to put themselves to hold fire, I suppose. They do manage to cut off that point, I suppose, or decap it. Volksgren still trying to engage, but we have a lot more infantry here, rifles and more rear echelons just right on top of all the infantry for Angreifen. And I fear that it is costing way too much here for Angreifen to have this center reinforced point. He's just constantly being besieged here by Sunny Deol. Nice grenade did go off here on a rifle squad, doing a lot of damage, so those Volks should be feeling rather proud, but I wonder who can keep it up longest. I mean, Angreifen just has so little infantry. He's lost the MG-34, needs to recover it, and he goes to recover it now. Backdown warfare is being used to cap the fuel on the right-hand side, and the Storm Piles are pretty much the only thing trying to fight here. Volksgren's engaging rear echelon, the rear echelon forced to retreat. Rifles retreating from inside the house, and everything goes back for Sunny Deol. Back to base, probably back to heal. Yeah, they have an ambulance, and everything will be back in working order. And Angreifen barely managing to keep 5 units on the field. Yeah, it's not going very well. Sunny Deol, well, again, natural or logical choice here, going for the pack howitzer. Since, of course, well, I mean, has a very static position here, has a building that can always be targeted, and a lot of troops around it. A house that could potentially collapse here with a troop inside. Yeah, that pack howitzer is going to do a lot of work, I feel. Sunny Deol deciding, you know what, I'm going to get bazookas going. 1 bazooka on the rear echelon squad. Rear echelon squad now up to 5 men. It's awesome when the rear echelons get that veterancy. They're so good. And yeah. Pack 43 getting... Oh, that is not going to work out. Getting built very close here to the front lines for Angreifen. I mean, obviously that gives it a lot of range all the way up to the road. But with the pack howitzer online, that Pack 43 is probably going to die. Even before it gets built. Oh, nasty hit there by the pack howitzer, nailing the MG34. MG34 down to one man. The pack howitzer is spreading out significantly. Trek's flying. The pack howitzer getting hit, but not suffering too much damage. And the Pack 43 seems like it's going to be coming online, but I fear it. Well, I don't know. It's a good thing to have, regardless. So. Racketing Warfare getting assaulted here by the bars. Going to get killed if it doesn't. Well, it does retreat. There it goes. Volksgrenadier squad trying to catch the rifle squad, but the steward is going to punish it. It does have a Shrek, so it can fight the steward, but with grenades on top of them and bars shooting at them, just have to retreat. Second Racketing Warfare, no, not second Racketing Warfare. The Pack 43 now on the field for Mr. Angreifen. Can he kill off that steward? No, it is barely off range. Seems like the range is shorter now. I remember these having a lot of range, but still pretty big range. Pack howitzer taking some shots, getting suppression going on the storm piles. The storm piles, oh, they're, well, there goes. Nice grenade nailing one guy, but they do retreat in time. And on the right-hand side, we see the Juer Panzer headquarters building itself a Lux tank. Opening up on the approaching infantry, rifles getting suppressed. We see the Racketing Warfare moving back, the captain there, but, well, not going to do too much to that. And the MG34 inside the main house, trying to hold off against the approaching rear echelons. So now with the Schwerpanzer headquarters online on the right-hand side, I mean, that a little bit SimCity-like, but that gives Angreifen quite a strong spot here in the center. No longer is he going to be besieged by infantry all over the place. Does need to get some repairs going on those buildings, just to make sure they're top shape and don't get accidentally killed or, like, surprise kill, I suppose. Ooh, the MG34 may be taken out here by the Pathfinders. Oh, manages to round the corner and make it out. This gun is also blocking this path completely, which is also kind of a nice position, which means that they cannot come into this door to get inside. The Shrek is still there. And on the left-hand side, the Lux is engaging the Steward. The Steward down to about 20% strength. The Lux just doing as much damage as it can to everything. We do have bazookas on the captain and one rear echelon squad, so there are dangers about, and the Lux is down to about 40% strength, maybe. Makes it out of there. No automated repairs just yet, as we do not have the mechanized regiment. Do have a Storm Pio squad, however, so the Storm Pios need to get some repairs going. Lux moving to the right, covering the Racketing Warfare. And we see rifles pushing forward with bars. Captain and rear echelons as well. The Racketing Warfare retreats as it sees the approaching infantry. Rifles getting shot by the Lux. The Lux just whiffing every single shot and hitting the terrain. Now it spots a rifle, gets a kill on it. Second rifle there. Do we see a rifle grenade going off? No.
Taking effective fire. Field promotion infantry.
Lux moves up, gets bazookaed by the captain. Now going to be forced to back off. Needs to get into the... Oh, that was a very nice shot there by the captain. Very long range. I wonder if that was attack round. Probably not, considering the range. Nails the Lux, and down it goes for Angreifen. Angerfin's just not catching any breaks here. So much that he has a bazooka right in front of his base and he can't pick it up because he doesn't know it's there. Center him up. Center him up. Yeah, center him up. The rear echelon squad capturing the victory points. Victory points are 73 left for Angreifen. 480 for Sunny Deol. So Angreifen, even though he does have that base right in front of that victory point, he hasn't even managed to control one of them from any considerable length of time. And he is down to less than 100 points. I feel the game is just going to end due to victory points at this stage. AT gun does get decrewed here by the Volksgrens. The Volksgrens could potentially steal it, but they do have a steward on top of them. The steward is going to get shreked in the ass. No, the Angreifen is not stopping. We see the howitzers shooting. There goes the shots by the Shreks, getting some hits there on the steward, but the steward is backing off now. Takes it out of there. Oh, nasty hit there on a Volksgrenadier squad, down to one man. The Pathfinder squad has a bar, so it'll potentially kill. Yeah, it does kill the squad. Paratroopers dropping, and we see the second Volksgrenadier squad engaging the rear echelon squad at close range. The MG at the base gets suppressed. The steward can get it killed. The rifles here and paratroopers and everything in the way, but it looks like they're going to make it out of there alive, so at least they're fine. Right hand side, rear echelons capturing the victory point as we have Volks capturing the fuel.
Reinforcements in.
And Angreifen is down to less than 50 points.
Stick with me and you might just make it.
Sunny Deol is just being a boss.
Field trip complete. Battery ready.
MG34
Back to full strength.
getting shot at max range, not even returning fire. Pathfinders do have a decent range as far as view and actual weapon range goes. They also have a bar, which means they have a decent amount of anti-infantry. Rocket and Warfare in the center, forced to retreat, and again, Angreifen is going to have to concede that point. Right-hand side, Volksgrenadier squad engaging the rear echelons. The rear echelons were veterancy 2 with 5 men, so in that situation, I think they do win the engagement. And one Volksgren left, forced to retreat, and the rear echelons still have 3 men, which basically means it's going to stay on the field. Lux once again on the field for Mr. Angreifen. Can he make it work? Potentially.
Here it comes.
Stewart still online. Lux getting some shots going on the captain. The captain returning fire, getting some damage on it. Rakuten Warfare moving up, getting shot there by the bazooka, and the Lux returning fire on the infantry. The Rakuten Warfare will die if it stays there, and it looks like it is going to stay there. Nope, does retreat. There it goes. Does look to get a decent amount of shots in there. The pack howitzer getting some shots at range. 9 kills to its name. Veterancy 1, almost veterancy 2 it looks like. And a shot flies by the AT gun on the Lux. The Lux down to about 25% strength. Trying to get some kills there on the Pathfinders, but with an attack round here, it should get killed. No, it's going to move forward and reveal itself. AT gun takes a shot. Down goes the Lux. And I think there goes any hope for Angreifen to potentially come back into the game. Even then, though, he only has 15 points left for the victory points. So yeah, I mean, those would pretty much die at any point. Rear echelon squad taking bar. Not sure if they lost it or it was a Pathfinder. Just very interestingly placed, but well, still in the possession for Sunny Deol, so it doesn't actually matter too much. Left-hand side, rifles retreating, and Angreifen finally managing to control a little bit more of the map than before. Feel like it's a case of too little too late. Pushing forward with the MG34, the pack howitzer is just going to wreck the MG34, especially at this range. MG34 trying to hit the AT gun. The pack howitzer backs off a little bit. Incendiary rounds do get popped on that MG, trying to get as much damage as they can in there. Does get suppression going on the rifles. The rifles are now getting attacked by Volksgrens, but it's only a 3-man Volksgren squad, and the MG34 gets nailed in the face by the pack howitzer and forces the retreat. Volk squad down to 1 man. Can it make it out of there? Looks like it may. Still taking some damage. We got Thompsons and everything at it. Yeah, manages to make it out of there. There it goes. The third Lux gets produced for Angreifen. I don't know about that. And the Shrek is still there. Center victory point. Does get decapped by Sunny Deol. Does not get capped. No, it does get capped by Sunny Deol. So Angreifen is once again bleeding. 13 points left. He gets the... He has the point on the left-hand side, but he's about to lose it, and I think with that, it's going to be game over. Right-hand side, the paratrooper squad with LMGs forced to retreat by the Lux. We have a lone Storm Pioneer moving in that direction to try to cap the point. The Lux is going to get chased down here by the Steward. The Steward can pop its shots to stun, and it does. It stuns the Lux, but it decides to disengage. 2 points left. Doesn't actually matter. Down goes the game, and boom, there goes the tick. So, yeah. That was very ballsy, but ultimately proved too taxing here for Angreifen, and suddenly they outpunish him severely. Getting grenades that early on, yeah, that hurt him a lot. But yeah. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the rather short game, I suppose. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you wanted to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.